Most people walk into a furniture store and see a dream. Pristine displays, matching sets, everything coordinated perfectly. They see financing options, no interest for 12 months, and think they're making a smart investment in their home. But here's what nobody tells you. The moment you sign that purchase agreement, you've just bought something that'll be worth a fraction of its price within months and will probably fall apart within a decade. Let me tell you about a different way. A way that costs you less, gives you better quality, and actually means something. You finance $8,000 worth of furniture. Payments are $200 a month. Sounds manageable, right? But here's the thing, while you're making those payments, your furniture is rapidly losing value. That $2,500 couch, try selling it 2 years later. You'll get maybe $400 if you're lucky. You're paying interest on depreciating assets. You're spending years making payments on things that lost most of their value the second they entered your home. And modern furniture, walk through any store and really look at what you're buying. Particle board covered in veneer, stapled joints, foam cushions that compress within 3 years. It's designed to look good on the showroom floor and fall apart shortly after the warranty expires. The furniture industry has perfected planned obsolescence. They know if they build something that lasts 50 years, you'll never come back. So they build things that last just long enough that you don't feel completely ripped off, but short enough that you'll need to replace it soon. You're not buying furniture. You're renting it at an astronomical cost. Now go to an estate sale. Find a solid oak table from the 1950s. Run your hand across it. Feel the weight. Look at the joints. Real mortise and tenon, dovetails, dowels. This is furniture built by people who understood wood, who took pride in their work, who knew their reputation depended on making things that lasted. You can buy that table for $300, maybe $500. Sand it down, apply fresh stain, $50 in materials and a weekend of your time. And you have something better than anything you could buy new for, under $3,000. And it will outlast you. It's already 70 years old and still solid. It'll easily go another 70. Compare that to the pressboard dresser from Target that costs $400 and starts sagging within 2 years. Or the solid wood table that's actually veneer over MDF, held together with cam locks that strip out the first time you move it. The difference is staggering. Not just in quality, but in value. That vintage table you bought for $300. In 10 years, it's probably still worth $300, maybe more. That new table you financed for $1,500. In 10 years, it's trash, already replaced. Here's where it gets deeper than furniture. When you buy old furniture, you own it outright. No monthly payments, no interest, no contract with a financing company. You pay cash. $50 for a chair, $500 for a bedroom set, and it's yours. Completely. Do you understand the psychological freedom in that? You're not waking up every month with a furniture payment hanging over your head. You're not trapped in a cycle where your furniture owns you instead of the other way around. This is real ownership, not financing, not leasing, just having something that's fully, completely yours. And this mindset changes everything. It teaches you to question whether you need something new, or if what already exists might actually be better. It makes you think about value differently. Not just price, but quality, durability, and what something will actually cost over its lifetime. When you stop financing your life and start paying for things outright, when you choose quality over convenience, you gain control. Not just over your possessions, but over your financial future. Buying old furniture forces you to learn. You can't just trust that everything is what it claims to be. You learn to identify real wood versus veneer. You learn what quality construction looks like, which eras produced the best work. You develop an eye for value. You start seeing things others miss. That solid mahogany dresser at Goodwill everyone walks past because the finish is scratched, not realizing it's worth $1,500 once refinished. You learn practical skills too. How to refinish wood, repair joints, reupholster a chair. And there's something deeply satisfying about taking something worn and making it beautiful again with your own hands. You also learn patience. You don't impulsively buy whatever's available. You wait for the right piece. You search, you hunt, you develop relationships with dealers. You learn to negotiate. These skills are valuable far beyond furniture. They teach you to be thoughtful in every area of life, to question marketing, to understand true value, to appreciate craftsmanship over trends. Let's be honest. A lot of people avoid old furniture because of status. They want friends to see that everything is new, matching, trendy. They want to signal success. But here's the truth. That game is exhausting and meaningless. The people who truly understand money aren't financing matching living room sets. They're the ones who recognize value, who buy quality regardless of when it was made, who don't need validation through possessions. Real sophistication isn't having everything new. It's having things that are beautiful, well-made, and meaningful, regardless of when they were made. That 1960s teak credenza you bought for $400 and refinished? It's more interesting, better made, and more valuable than the $2,000 particle board version from a trendy store. The people who matter will recognize that. When you stop playing the status game, when you stop caring about impressing people with new things, you free yourself. You get to focus on what actually matters. Financial security, experiences, relationships, freedom, instead of appearances. At its core, this isn't just about furniture. It's about rejecting the idea that new is always better, that you need to constantly upgrade, that your worth is tied to your possessions, that debt is normal. When you choose old furniture, you're saying you value quality over convenience, that you're willing to put in effort to find something better, that you understand the difference between price and value. Every dollar you don't spend on overpriced furniture is a dollar you can invest or use for experiences that actually matter. Every monthly payment you avoid is freedom. Every quality piece you buy is something that will serve you for decades, maybe that you'll pass on to your children. This is how wealth is actually built. Not through big incomes and impressive purchases, but through thousands of small, smart decisions that compound over years. And it starts with something as simple as choosing an old dresser over a new one. The bottom line. Most people will walk into furniture stores their entire lives, finance things they don't need, fill their homes with disposable junk, and wonder why they never get ahead financially. You don't have to be most people. You can choose to see furniture differently, to recognize that some of the best pieces ever made already exist, to understand that quality costs less than you think, if you're willing to look for it. This isn't about deprivation. This isn't about living with ugly furniture because you're too cheap to buy new. This is about having better furniture, spending less money, avoiding debt, learning valuable skills, and building a life where your possessions serve you instead of the other way around. That's not settling. That's winning.